Yesterday, we talked about delayed gratification, the skill of choosing long term strength over short term pleasure. And I asked you, where in your life could you delay gratification just a little more? If you sat with that question honestly, something probably surfaced. Tonight, I want to talk about something different, something sneaky, something that's happening in your financial life right now. And you probably don't even know it. Let me ask you a simple question. Have you ever felt like you earn a decent income, but somehow the money still disappears? You don't remember spending it on anything major, no big purchases, no emergency that wiped you out, no major investments or moves. But at the end of the month, the money is gone, and you are left thinking, where did it all go? That's usually because of something I call invisible money leaks. Small, silent, constant. And over time, they quietly destroy your ability to build wealth. Discipline builds generational strength, but discipline means nothing if your money is leaking out through holes you can't see. What are money leaks? A money leak is not a big financial mistake. It's not the car you shouldn't have bought or the or the vacation you put on a credit card. Those are visible. You know about those. A money leak is something small, something that feels completely harmless, something you would never even think twice about. But over time, it quietly drains your financial progress. Think of it like a dripping faucet. One drip doesn't matter, 10 drips doesn't matter. But a faucet that drips every second of every day for an entire year wastes thousands of gallons of water. Not because any single drip was significant, because the drip never stopped. Your finances work the same way. It's not always the big decisions that affect your wealth. Sometimes it's the tiny repeated behaviors, the $12 here, $15 there, the $8 you didn't even notice, multiplied every week, every month, every year, and most people never notice them because each one is too small to trigger concern. But together, over time, they add up to thousands of dollars a year that could have been building your family's future. Tonight, I'm going to show you the three biggest invisible money leaks. And here is what I want you to do as I go through them. Be honest with yourself about which one exists in your life, not to feel guilty, to feel aware. Because once you see a leak, you can fix it. You can't fix what you can't see. So, leak number one, lifestyle creep. We touched on this earlier in this series, but tonight I want you to see it as a leak specifically. Lifestyle creep is when your spending increases gradually, so gradually that you never notice it happening. It's not a decision, it's a drift. The $5 coffee myth. 5 years ago, you made coffee at home. Then you started buying one on the way to work, just occasionally. Then occasionally became three times a week. Then Three times became every day. Now it's $6 every morning and you don't even think about it. That's $180 a month. 2600 and I mean $2,160 a year. 21,600 over a decade. Not on luxury, on a habit you drifted without a single conscious decision. And that's just coffee. Now add the streaming subscriptions. You had one, now you have four, maybe five. Each one felt small, $12 here, $15 there, $20 for the premium tier without ads. Combined, $60 to $80 a month on content you scroll past. Now add the dining out. 5 years ago, eating out was a treat, a Friday night thing. Now it's Tuesday lunch, Thursday dinner, Saturday brunch, Sunday takeout. Each meal feels reasonable, but the monthly total 400, 600, maybe more. That is lifestyle creep. No single upgrade feels significant, but the accumulation is devastating because every small upgrade becomes the new normal, and the new normal becomes the new baseline, and the baselines only goes up, never down, until your entire income growth, every raise, every bonus gets absorbed by a lifestyle that expanded without permission. The leak isn't the coffee or the subscription or the dinner. The leak is the pattern of unconscious upgrading. And the only way to stop it is to see it. Leak number two, convenience spending. This one is everywhere and it's growing every year. We live in an economy that is designed to sell you convenience. Every app on your phone is competing for one thing: make it easier for you to spend money. One tap to order food, one click to get a ride, one swipe to buy something you will forget about in a week. Let's talk about convenience tax. Let me introduce you to a concept, the convenience tax. Every time you choose the easier option over the intentional option, you pay premium. Food delivery instead of cooking. That's not just the meal, that's the meal plus the delivery fee, plus the service fee, plus the tip. A $12 meal becomes $25. A ride service instead of planning your transportation, a $6 drive becomes 18. Buying new instead of repairing, a $30 fix becomes a $200 replacement. A subscription you signed up for once and forget about, $15 a month for something you use twice. None of these feel like financial decisions, they feel like small daily choices. But the convenience tax adds up. $300 a month, $500 a month, sometimes more. That's $3,000, $3,600 to $6,000 a year. Not on investments, not on protection, not on growth, on making life slightly easier in the moment. Now, let me be clear, convenience is not the enemy. Sometimes you need the delivery, sometimes the ride makes sense, sometimes replacing is smarter than repairing. The problem isn't convenience itself, the problem is unchecked convenience. Convenience on autopilot, convenience as the default instead of the exception. When convenience becomes your default mode, You stop making financial decisions. You start making comfort decisions. And comfort decisions, repeated daily, are one of the most expensive habits a family can have. The shift is simple. Before choosing convenience, ask, am I choosing this because it's necessary right now or because it's easy right now? Necessary and easy are not the same thing. And knowing the difference could save your family thousands of dollars every year. Leak number three, and this is the most dangerous one because the first two leaks are about behavior. This one is about avoidance, financial blind spots. Most people do not review their spending. They don't look at their bank statements. They don't track where the money goes. They don't sit down once a month and ask, what happened with our money this month? They simply assume everything is fine because the bills got paid, because there's still some money in the account, because nothing catastrophic happened. But fine is not the same as structured. And assuming it is not the same as knowing. A financial blind spot is anything in your money life that you have chosen not to look at. The subscription you know is there but never cancel. The account balance you avoid checking. The credit card statements you pay without reading. The conversation about money that you and your partner keep postponing. Blind spots thrive in darkness. The less you look, the bigger they grow. And years later, 5 years, 10 years, people look back and wonder, where did it all go? The answer is into the blind spots, into the corners of their financial life they refuse to examine. I talked on day 7 about how intelligence doesn't protect you from bad money decisions. Blind spots are the reason why. A brilliant person who avoids looking at their finances is no different from anyone else who avoids it. The avoidance produces the same results regardless of IQ. The fix is uncomfortable but simple. Look, open the statement, read the numbers, face the reality. Not once a year at tax time, once a month, every month, 30 minutes. What came in, what went out, where it went, what needs to change. The monthly review, which we talked about in week 1, is the single most effective weapon against financial blind spots. Because you can't have a blind spot in something you look at every 30 days. The light of awareness eliminates the darkness where blind spots hide. Now, I want to ask you something. Which of these three leaks do you think affects people the most? Leak 1, lifestyle creep. Leak 2, convenience spending. Leak 3, financial blind spots. Type 1, 2, or 3 in the chat. I'm curious what you think. In my experience, it's leak 3 because leaks 1 and 2 can only exist when leak 3 is present. Lifestyle creep only happens when you are not tracking. Convenience spending only compounds when you are not reviewing. Blind spots are the mother of all leaks. Fix the blind spot and the other two become visible. And visible leaks are fixable leaks. Here is the good news. None of these leaks require dramatic action to fix. You don't need to change your entire lifestyle. You don't need to cut every subscription. You don't need to become extreme. You need to become aware. Once you see the leaks, you can fix them one at a time, gradually, without punishment. Cancel the two subscriptions you forgot about. That's $30 saved. Cook 3 nights a week instead of ordering in. That's $200 saved. Do a monthly review so blind spots can't grow. That's potentially thousands saved. Small adjustments, no drama. Just awareness applied consistently. Financial awareness alone can change behavior. You don't always need a new system. Sometimes you just need to see what's already happening, and the seeing itself creates the change. So, tonight, I want to ask yourself something simple. Which of these three leagues might exist in your life? Lifestyle creep, have your expenses gradually expanded without you consciously choosing it. Convenient spending, has the easy option became your default option more than it should be? Financial blind spots, is there something in your money life you have been avoiding looking at? You don't have to fix anything tonight. Just identify, name the leak, because a leak you can name is a leak you can fix. And a leak you can fix is money that flows backward toward your family's future. Awareness is always the first step. That's day 9 days in, and your financial awareness is sharper than 95% of people around you. Not because you learned complicated formulas, because you learn to see what most people refuse to look at. Tomorrow, we are going to shift from finding the leads to building the structure. How to create a simple allocation system that works with your psychology, not against it. Practical, actionable, something you can start using this week. If conversations like this help you think differently about money, join me again. I go live every day here at 9:08 p.m. CST. Type 30 days in the comments if you are building with me. Small financial awareness today creates a very different future tomorrow. We don't chase money here, we build structure. Discipline builds generational strength. See you tomorrow.